Good morning, Year 6. Welcome to day 2 of this writing unit that you're doing. Remember, yesterday we had a dog in a tree with this little schnozzle sticking out of the little hole in the kennel. There he is, same picture. And yesterday we worked on writing the setting description, and we talked about the wood and the leaves, etc. And hopefully you've done a good job. If you want to send me your examples, you can email me at head@email parents or nick.garley@iflt.org.uk, and I can maybe share some of the work. Actually, you have to excuse me as well because I've got a bit of hay fever, so if I sound like I'm a bit bunged up or sniff a bit, then it's because of hay fever, so I do apologise for that. But day 2 is we're looking at the character of the dog. That's the main character in our narrative, in our story, and the questions that your super Year 6 teachers are asking you is, what does the character look like? What type of dog is it, and how would you describe its personality? Create sentences or a paragraph about the dog, and that's what I'm going to do. But before we do that, on my super stuff, I can search for different kind of images, which is good because we don't want to imagine the dog. We want to use a picture of a real dog to write from. So I think it's an English sheep dog. What do you look at these two little beauties? Look at that, two little little twins, English sheepdogs there. Look at that, they're cute. Basically, today's lesson is looking at cute pictures of dogs. Look at this quizzical little fella here. Look at his head. Isn't it cute when dogs do that? When dogs turn their heads on one side and then look at you as if to say, what are you talking about? Just throw the stick. Stop talking to me. And then, okay, let's stop looking at, look at these two. Just look at this. There's Frank and Maureen there, just been for a walk and can't remember where they've parked the car. I told you it wasn't parked in this car park, Maureen. Look at them, they've had a row. They've fallen out. Isn't that cute? That's the kind of dog I think is in our story. And I'm just scanning down here to find that one. I think is perfect. So going back to our pages, and I'm going to drag this little fella into our writing board on page 3. I called him Ralph, didn't I, yesterday? So there he is, there's little Ralph. And now we've got to start writing a descriptive paragraph to describe the dog and his personality. Now, the dog was big. It was a big dog. So I'm trying to rack my brain to find a better word than big. He's not ginormous, so I'm not talking about, Digby sized dog or the big red dog, whatever that was, cartoon. I remember watching with my daughter when she was little. So I'm going to put sturdy because it looks solid. I might just make this text a little bit smaller because I'm going to go down to about 34, my age. The dog was sturdy. And I'm trying to get some personality in here. Right, so if you were confronted with that dog in someone's front garden, you'd probably think twice about going into the garden. So let me put that into a sentence that's quite light and jolly. The dog was sturdy and big enough to make the postman think twice when he was delivering letters, parcels. Let's do birthday cards. The dog was sturdy and big enough to make the postman think twice when he was delivering a birthday card. What strikes me about that dog is that he's lost in that ball of fur. So let's start exploring that as a descriptive feature of this paragraph. You can't see his eyes. How can he see? That's why that dog can't drive, because he can't see where he's steering. So his eyes were covered. Now, all that hair dangling down makes me think of, so I'm looking for a metaphor or simile now. So his eyes were covered like an ice maybe, or snow, because he's so white. Well, here we go. We're covered by a waterfall of fur. And he's a connective, so let's connect to something else. Let's tell them some more. And his body was also a huge ball of fur. So let's talk about his body. And his body was a huge, fluffy ball. No, looks like a rug or carpet. So let's say a huge, fluffy carpet. Mrs. Drew's at the door trying to come in, but I said no. A huge, fluffy carpet. Hidden beneath the soft layers. I want to say about how kind and warm and fun-loving and gentle he is. So here we go. Hidden beneath the soft layers was something that made Ralph very special. So I'm going to use my dash to pause, and then more information. Hidden to the naked eye, as you can't see it, was his giant puppy heart. Let's read that back. The dog was sturdy and big enough to make the postman think twice when he was delivering a birthday card. His eyes were covered by a waterfall of fur. A little bit of alliteration there with the two F sounds. And his body was a huge, fluffy, I've not used fluffy twice, have I? Was a huge, fluffy carpet. Hidden beneath the soft layers was something that made Ralph very special. Hidden to the naked eye was his giant, soppy heart. There you go. So let's see if we've done what we should have done. So what does he look like? What type of dog is it? How would you describe his personality? Create sentences or a paragraph about the dog. And there we have our main character. Good luck, and I will see you tomorrow.